Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I do want to show you how to crochet step by step this small Miu Miu bag. This is perfect for you when you don't want to carry a huge big bag with you and also want to carry only your essentials. I was very curious to crochet this bag because I have seen a couple of tutorials actually using the other kind of raffia, and I normally do not use that because it is more expensive than the one that I am using. So I was very curious to try and crochet this bag, but using the paper raffia that I normally usually do. So I am going to leave for you all the links to the materials in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's just jump into this tutorial. For this project, I'm going to use a raffia in beige color, and also I'm going to use a 3mm hook. I'm going to start with 35 chain stitches. Once I have 35 chain stitches, I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to skip 3 chain stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to crochet half double crochet on the 4th chain stitch. I'm going to do 1 chain, I'm going to yarn over again, and now I am going to do 1 half double crochet in the 1 stitch before the chain stitch that we did the previous half double crochet. So we are going to go back 1 stitch. Here we did the previous one, and I'm going to crochet now back 1 stitch, 1 chain stitch, 1 half double crochet. So this is the first pattern. So now I'm going to continue this pattern, yarn over. I'm going to skip 2 chain stitches, 1, 2, from the pattern that we did, from this little pattern. So we're going to yarn over. So this is the chain stitch where we crocheted the first half double crochet. So we are going to start counting from here, 1, 2, and 1 half double crochet on the 3rd chain stitch. Again, I'm going to do 1 chain, yarn over, and 1 half double crochet, 1 stitch back. So we are going to crochet at the stitch that we skipped here, 1 stitch back, 1 chain back, 1 half double crochet. So this will give the possibility of this crisscrossing. So first we crochet the stitch this way, and then we crochet 1 stitch back, okay? 1 chain back. So this is the pattern that we are going to continue crocheting now. Skip 2 chain stitches, 1 half double crochet on the 3rd chain stitch, then 1 chain, then 1 half double crochet, 1 stitch back, okay? So yarn over, skip 2 chain stitches, 1, 2, 1 half double crochet on the 3rd chain stitch, 1 chain, yarn over, and 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 chain before the one that we just did. So we're going to continue crocheting that until the end. So until the end we are going to have 11 patterns like this, and we are going to end up with 1 stitch with 1 chain without working at the end. So let's continue crocheting 11 of these patterns. In total with this 3, 11. And here we are. I finished 11 patterns, crisscross patterns. Now as I told you, you will end up with 1 chain stitch left here at the end, and for that we are going to do 1 half double crochet. So here is the stitch that I crocheted. You can see that here goes a stitch, and to the next one I'm going to crochet 1 half double crochet. So this is the pattern for the first row, and now we are going to crochet 2 chains, 1, 2, then we are going to turn our work. So here we are just going to continue repeating the pattern, 1/2 double crochet, 1 chain, 1/2 double crochet. The only thing is that we are going to insert the hook where we have the previous half double crochets. So if you see here the two crisscrossed half double crochets, so here we have one. So here we have one of them, and the other one is here. So just try to find those two stitches. So the first one is here and the other one is here. And if you see here in between, we also have one stitch that we are going to skip. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to crochet the first half double crochet at the further away. The first one is the further away, and then we do the one backwards. Okay, so I am going to find where is the first half double crochet here. So it's just over here. If you count, we have to skip 2 chain stitches, 1, 2, and then at the third one is actually the first half double crochet where we are going to do the first half double crochet. Then 1 chain, then we are going back, so yarn over and we are going back to where we have the previous one, this one that goes this way, and it's over here, right here, and we have 1 chain, 1 stitch in between that we are skipping. So this is the pattern that we are going to follow from now on. Yarn over. So here is the first one. So you see the crisscrossing over here. So here is the first chain for this crisscrossing over here, and for this half double crochet is over here. So yarn over, and first I'm going to crochet this one. So is 1, 2, 3 at the third one, half double crochet, 1 chain, then yarn over, and I will go back, skip this one, and crochet 1 half double crochet right here. So the previous 2 half double crochets will guide you, but in case you cannot find them, just count 3 chain stitches from the first half double crochet. So just count, here is the first half double crochet that we crocheted, so then count 1, 2, 3, and at the third one crochet the first half double crochet, right? So yarn over, so I have them 1 here, 1 here, but I can even count, so I can say 1, 2, 3, and at the third one I will do 1 half double crochet, 1 chain, yarn over. If I only count, skip 1 here and insert on the second one going backwards. So just repeat this pattern until the end. So you're gonna have again 11 patterns until the end. Okay, here we are. I've finished 11 of them, and what I'm gonna do now is yarn over, and right here where I have this, so I finished, I crocheted here. This is the stitch where I crocheted the half double crochet. So at the next stitch, which is a chain stitch from before, I'm going to crochet 1 half double crochet, and like this I will close the row. And this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to repeat row 2 another 10 times. So in total I am going to have 12 rows. So from the third row and on until row 12, I'm going to repeat the pattern of the second row. Okay, you guys, so here it is. Once you finish all 12 rows, it is going to look like this. So now we are going to work in rounds all around. With the first round, it is going to be single crochet. So I did also one chain here, and I am going to now start working on this side. So here we have all these rows, right? The row ends over here. So the pattern that I'm going to follow is like this. Once I did this one chain, then I am going to turn my work like this, and I'm going to work on the side of the square, right? So here I have the top, and here is the bottom where I started. So for each row, we are going to crochet 2 single crochet in each row. So I am going to crochet 2 single crochet here, then 2 single crochet here, where you have all these spaces. Then I have the third row is here, so 2 single crochet. So for this side, I am going to crochet 2 single crochet for each row where I have the spaces, and in total I had 12 rows, so by 2 it means 24 stitches until the end over here. So let me show you. So here I have the first row, so I'm going to crochet 1 and 2 single crochets. I will put a marker at the first stitch. So now I know that the round starts here, and then at the second row is here. The second row is here. So again, another 2 single crochets. So 2 single crochet per row, in total 24 single crochets until the end. So once I finish 24 stitches on the side, I am going to do one more single crochet right here at the corner. And this stitch, it is going to be called like a corner stitch, because here we are going to do the increases for the second round. Then I'm going to turn my work on this side. So here is where we started. So I'm going to have 24 single crochet stitches. I have 11 of these patterns, but I have at the beginning, at the end, a hole, if you can see. So I have to crochet 2 single crochet more. So if I don't crochet this here at this hole, I'm gonna have 22, but if I crochet also these 2, I'm gonna have 24, which we need to crochet. So for each hole, you're gonna crochet 2 single crochet. So here where we did these 2 single crochets and then the center stitch, the third one, again we are going to continue on this side another 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Then you just move to the next hole, again 2 single crochets, and so on each hole 2 single crochets, and in total you're gonna have 24 until the end of the second side of the square. And here it is. I finished 24 stitches. Now I am going to do here one more stitch, which is going to be the corner stitch, and we are going to use this for the increases. I would put a marker again on all the corner stitches. And now I'm turning again on this side. This side is the same pattern as the other one, because here we have all the rows. So we are going to crochet for each row 2 single crochets. So in total, again, we are going to have 24 single crochets. Okay, I finished the 24 stitches on this side. Again, I'm going to do at the corner here one more stitch, and this is going to be the corner stitch for the increases for the next round. So once I finish also the last corner stitch over here, now I will work at the last side where we had the 12th row. So for the 12th row, I am going to follow this pattern. Here where we have the hole, we're going to crochet 2 single crochets over here. Then from the pattern and on until the end, we're going to follow this pattern. 1 single crochet where we have the 1 chain and 1 single crochet where we have the hole. So since we have 11 of these patterns, it means that we're going to have 22 single crochets until here and 2 single crochet that we will crochet here at the first hole. That means that we're going to have 24 single crochets in total until the end. So let's continue crocheting that. 2 single crochet at the first hole, and then from where the pattern starts, we're going to continue until the end. 1 single crochet at the 1 chain where we had the pattern, and 1 single crochet at the connection of the 2 patterns. And again, 1 single crochet at the 1 chain that we did for the pattern, and 1 single crochet where the 2 patterns meet, and continue that until the end over here. So the last one is going to be right here. In total 24 single crochet stitches from the marker here. Okay, here we are. I finished the 24 stitches, and now here at the corner I am going to do also 1 more single crochet. This is going to be the corner stitch, and I'm going to use this stitch for the increases of the second round. I'm going to put a marker over here. So in total, I am going to have 100 stitches for the first round. Now for the second round, we are going to work this pattern. I am going to work all the stitches one by one. This second round, we are going to work with a waistcoat stitch. The waistcoat stitch is crocheted like this. We have the construction of the stitch, so this is 1 stitch. If you can see here, this is 1 stitch. So we have the top, that we have this circle on these 2 sides, and then we have this V at the bottom. So normally when we crochet a single crochet, we insert the hook and we grab these 2 loops of the single crochet. But for the waistcoat stitch, actually we are going to insert the hook right here at the center of this V at the bottom, and it is going to look like this at the back, and we're gonna pull the yarn through this, and we're gonna work the stitch as a normal single crochet. The only difference from the single crochet is that we don't insert the hook right here, but we insert the hook where we have this V at the bottom of the stitch. We insert that one, the hook over here. Okay, so I think probably some of you already know the waistcoat stitch, but anyway, I am going to crochet now 24 stitches until the marker here, before the marker, with waistcoat stitches. This is the beginning of the pattern of the second round. So here is my first stitch. So this is my first stitch. So the top is here and the V is here. So I will insert the hook at the V. It looks like this at the back. Yarn over, pull through. Then yarn over and pull through again, and this is my first stitch, and you see that we have like a knit stitch. It looks like knitted. So this is my first stitch, and I'm going to continue the same with the second stitch until the end of the side of the square. So this is my second stitch here. So this is my second stitch here, and I'm going to insert actually here where I have the V. So it looks like this. Not very pretty, but once you work more, it will look better. So the third one is here. This is how the stitch looks like for all of you that is the first time to work this stitch. So let's work that until the end of the of this side. So 24 stitches in total. Okay, here it is. I finished so the first side, 24 stitches. Now where I have the corner stitch, I told you we're gonna do increases. So the corner stitch, we're gonna crochet 2 waistcoat stitches in that stitch. So just find that V. So here is my V, and crochet here 2 waistcoat stitches in 1 stitch. So increase with 1 stitch, 1 and 2. I will put the marker at the first stitch that I crocheted here, and from now on you can probably understand what the pattern will be. So I'm going to continue crocheting with the waistcoat stitch the next 24 stitches until here. I'm going to increase with 1 stitch, which means I'm going to crochet 2 waistcoat stitches in the corner stitch. Again, here I have 24 stitches, and then increase 1 stitch at the corner stitch, and here again 24 stitches, and I'm going to increase with 1 stitch right here at the corner stitch. In total, I am going to have 104 waistcoat stitches. Okay, you guys, so here we are. I finished the second round and I did the last increases over here. What I'm gonna do now, I am going to actually cut this yarn here. And right here where I have the beginning of the round, I am actually taking out this marker. Then I am going to hide this. So to hide this in a very invisible way, what I'm gonna do is I am going to insert the hook at the, this is my first stitch, I'm going to insert it from the second stitch, and I'm going to pull it all around. So I'm going to imitate the same of the same way how the yarn is wrapped on this stitch, on the first stitch of the round. So I'm going to take the end from the back. So I'm going to insert it here, pull it through here, and right here where I have the middle. So this is the yarn that went out, and here is the middle of the last stitch, right? So I am going to actually insert the hook. You can do this also with a needle. So I'm going to grab this at the back and also here, and I am pulling the end right here. And if you see, we actually imitated the stitch that is underneath here. So if you see underneath, there is the same stitch. We just made the connection between the first and the last one. And now I am going to sew in this end. Well, in my case, I'm going to use the hook, but you can also sew it in with a tapestry needle. But I'm going to hide it very well, and so that it will not escape. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Now you can see that here is the top. So we started working from here and we came up here. So this is going to be the top, and this is going to be the bottom of the bag. So now we are going to leave the top and we are going to work the bottom from this side, okay? And we have the markers in this way. In between these two markers, we have 25 stitches, not including the stitches of the markers, okay? How I am going to work? I am going to actually insert the hook here where I have the first marker, and I'm going to pull through here with 1 chain, and I am going to actually work this second stitch over here. This is going to be actually because I'm going to pull through the yarn from here, but I'm going to work this stitch as the first one. So I'm going to work this stitch. Here is going to start my first stitch, and I'm going to come until here, and I am actually going to work also the stitch of the marker. So in total I'm supposed to have 26 stitches until the marker. So here where I have the marker, I'm going to insert the hook. Again, waistcoat stitch, so try to insert the hook where you have that V. And I'm going to do one chain over here. Like this. And now I am going to work actually the next stitch, and this is going to be my first stitch. So again, with a waistcoat stitch, and this is my first stitch. So I'm going to put the marker now here. I'm going to work now all the stitches, even the stitch of the marker. So in total we're going to have 26 stitches. So we're going to work also the marker stitch. Okay, I finished 26 stitches until the marker stitch, so I took out the marker stitch over here. And here again I am going to pull out, cut, tapestry needle this time so you can actually see, easier for you to see. So I'm going to do the same invisible connection that I did previously. So I'm going to mimic this stitch over here. You can see that this is the next stitch before, so this is the next stitch, right? So I'm going to just put it through around, same as that stitch, and here at the 8 where I have this 8 here, I'm going to insert it here, and also grabbing this little half square here, pull it through. Yeah, so I have mimicked the stitch that was underneath. And I am going to hide it now. So I will put back the marker at the last stitch, at the 26th stitch. So then I know where my last stitch is. So now for the second row, I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to get again the yarn. And here is my first stitch. But I'm not going to insert the yarn here, but I'm actually going to insert it right here. Because from here, so you see it's kind of like a little stitch over here. I'm going to pull through, and I'm going to do one chain. This is not my first stitch. This is where I'm actually connecting the yarn for each round, for each row. So I'm going to take out the marker here, and I'm going to find the V, and I'm going to crochet a knit stitch. This is again same as before. This is my first knit stitch of the row. And again, I'm going to put the marker over here. So this is my first stitch. So I always start from the chain that we have here at the corner. And I'm going to continue now crocheting all the stitches one by one until I arrive here. So we're going to crochet also this stitch. This is the 26th stitch, and we are going to connect, we are going to hide again as we did previously. So let's crochet 26 stitches until here. Okay, you guys, here it is. I finished 26 stitches until the marker. Now again, I'm going to pull the yarn, cut, and I am going to again imitate the stitch. On this side. So I am going to insert, actually we are supposed to imitate this stitch, but it's already too high. So I am going to insert it right here. So normally I'm supposed to, this stitch continues here. So I'm supposed to put it here, but it is too long. So I am going to actually insert it here, a little bit nearer. And then again, where I have here this 8, insert here in the center and grab also that little circle. So it's like I am actually adding height to this stitch, and I am actually keeping it in a straight form over here. Then again, I'm going to hide it in the back. I will put back the marker at the 26th stitch, which is here. So this is how your work is going to look once we have already crocheted 2 rows. Okay, you guys, so now we are going to repeat the pattern of the 4th round. So we did the first and the second round in rounds, and then we did the first and the second row. So we are going to repeat the pattern of the second row now until we have 7 rows in total. Including these 2 rounds, it will be 9. So you just repeat the same way that I did the second row. So now just build on it and just insert the hook again here at the chain, crochet 26 stitches until the marker, and hide it as I did on the second row. Okay, so you continue crocheting. I will continue crocheting another 5 rows here. So in total it's going to be 7 rows, but including these 2 rounds here, it's going to be 9 at this side. So I will meet you once I finish the 7th row. Okay, you guys, so here we are. I did finish all the 7 rows, and I did also make it wet and dry it. So this one is already in its place because it looked a little bit strange, but once you make it wet and then you let it dry, it will get into the place. And it's good if you put it with your fingers in the right place. So this is the bottom. Now we're going to turn on the upper side. Here we are going to do also the holes. The same story as here, it's just that we are going to crochet 1 row with the holes. Again, here at the upper part, if you continue, if you check the amount of stitches from the first stitch after the first marker over here until the marker, if you count also the stitch of this marker over here, you're gonna have in total 26 stitches. So now the pattern will go like this for the other side, for the upper pattern over here. So we already have 2 rows here done from the 2 previous rounds. Now we are going to crochet the same way as we did here, but we are going to crochet another 2 rows on top of this 2 with the waistcoat stitch. So I'm just going to use the same technique that I did here. I will insert the hook right here where I have the marker and pull up 1 stitch from here, 1 chain, and then I am going to start crocheting waistcoat stitches from the next stitch of the marker and until the marker over here. I'm going to crochet 1 stitch also where I have the marker. In total there are going to be 26 stitches, and again try to connect this stitch with this side stitch the way that I told you, that I showed you. That is the invisible way, because as you can see here, this comes all straight. So once we crochet 2 more rows on top of this 2, we are going to have 4, and the 5th row I am going to tell you the pattern on how to crochet the holes. So let's crochet first another 2 rows on top of this 2. Each row has 26 stitches. Okay, you guys, so here we are. I did finish all the next 2 rows. So now in total we have 4 over here. Now we're gonna do a row, the 5th one. And this row, it is going to have holes. We're gonna have 4 holes because we need to put the string. So for that, we are going to follow this pattern. We are going to insert the hook again here where we have the chain. So this is the first stitch, but here we have the chain where we always pull the yarn here at the beginning to start the row. So I'm gonna take out the marker for this. So I will insert the hook. Here is the first stitch, but I'm gonna insert the hook here where I have this first chain that I did. And I'm going to pull through the yarn and tangle it a little bit. And I'm gonna do 1 chain. This is the chain where we insert the hook and then we start the next row on top. So this is the first stitch, so I'm going to crochet now 4 stitches. Again with a waistcoat stitch. So 1, I'm going to put the marker. Okay, 1, 3, and 4. Here I'm going to start and do the first hole. For that I'm going to do 1 chain and I'm going to skip. This is actually the end, so I'm going to leave it here. So I'm going to skip the 5th stitch and I am going to work the 6th stitch. Okay, so here I have the hole. So now I'm going to continue crocheting another 3. In total with this one are going to be 4 stitches. So this is the second one after the hole, of course. 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to do another hole. For that I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to skip the next stitch and I'm going to insert it to the second one. Okay, so this is the second hole and I'm going to do another. Now I'm going to crochet another 5. Together with this one are 6 stitches. This is going to be in the middle. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so 4 stitches, 1 chain and 1 hole, 4 stitches, 1 chain, 1 hole, and now 6 stitches. And now we are going to repeat this pattern on this other side. So 1 chain, skip 1 stitch and 1 waistcoat stitch on the next stitch. So I have the 3rd hole. I will crochet another 3, in total 4. So 1 is done. 2, 3, and 4. And now I have the last hole. 1 chain, skip the stitch, and at the next one 1 waistcoat stitch, and I will continue until the end. So another 3, total 4. So 1 already done. 2, 3, and 4. Pull some yarn and cut. And with the tapestry needle, again we are going to hide this as we did for the ends of the other rows. Okay, so just go on this side through and here in the center. is like this. And let's hide. Okay, so here it is. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. And now we are just going to continue crocheting another 4 rows on top with 26 stitches. So we're just going to crochet the same what we did. We start from here where we have, and then waistcoat stitches. Here where we have the hole, we're going to crochet 1 and then another 4 here, and then we crochet here at the hole another 1. So we're going to have in total again 26 waistcoat stitches until the end. So I will crochet another 4 rows on the top. Together with this 5, there are going to be 5 rows with waistcoat stitch. Okay, you guys, so here we are. I did finish both pieces and I made 2 of them, and we're gonna put them, this is the wrong side, the back side, and this is the front one. So I am going to do back to back. No, here is back, back. So I'm going to sew them like this. I am going to, of course, I am going to put these holes on top and again on the other side. So now first we are going to sew from this side around and this side over here. So I have a tapestry needle and I have the same yarn, of course. And first I am going to kind of try to tangle it because I don't want the knot to escape. So I'm just going to try and tangle it somehow. This is from the inside. Okay, so this is the side stitch. I hope you can see this. So I'm going to once tangle it. This is the first stitch from the side and you can see the V. So I'm going to put it from outside now, from the right side, because this is my right side, this is the wrong side. I will pull it like this, and now I'm going to sew all along. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to sew with a very simple sewing stitch. From this side, insert, go to the other side, and then go back, and just like that. But the only thing is that we are grabbing actually the tops of each stitch. So if you can see here, the stitch has this, so the stitches have this both legs over here, so we're going to grab this both legs with the corresponding both legs on the other side. I hope you understand that. And then we pull, and then again we grab the next 2 ones with the corresponding 2 ones on this side. So at the top it's a little bit difficult to see them, but you can. Of course, do not pull this one more than the other one, because we want this stitch to end up exactly at this part over here and not one higher and one lower. Okay, so try to manage those. And yeah, so let's just sew all around. I'm grabbing the next 2 legs and the next 2 legs on this other side, which is not easy to see on this side because here we have actually started, so it's not that easy to see the legs. But okay, then the next one here and on the other side. Okay, let's just continue sewing all around. Okay, you guys, so here we are. I did finish all the sewing, so the bag looks like this. And now I'm going to start and put all the accessories, the leather accessories, which I made myself, but you can buy this. So this is going to be the line that it is going to be inserted all around, and this you can buy online. I will put a link for you in the description box down below, where I found one on Amazon, but these are made from me because I do have some leather at home. And I also made the strap like this. with these two hooks, cringes, I don't know how you call these ones, that you can put like this, because this will grab also on the side. So I have the shoulder strap, and I have this little strap for around here, and then I also made myself this too on the side, and I am going to sew them. I made some holes, I hope you can see. Yeah, they do have some holes over here, so I'm going to sew them all around at the sides. So now let's just put the accessories. First of all, I'm going to put the line here, the leather strap here. Okay, so yeah, this is here. Normally the original bag has also like another piece of leather over here, so you sew these two ends, and then you have this tag over here of leather, but I don't care about that, I don't mind. So here it is. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these two pieces that I hope you can see this. I have the holes all around here, and these holes correspond on both sides. I'm going to put them like this. So I'm going to sew now in this position all the holes round by all one by one with the tapestry needle and with the same yarn, all the holes over here. And I'm gonna leave this side open like this, because here we are going to hang the strap. Yeah guys, so here it is. It is not 100% pretty, but I think I love it the way it is. Probably I should have done one more hole here in the middle, so this sewing here will not be so big, but still it looks perfect. So this is what I'm gonna do. The same on the other side. I'm gonna sew the other one on the other side over here, and at the end I am going to use my strap, which is also made by me, and just grab it here, put it here like this. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna continue sewing the other side over here, and let me show you how this project turned out.